Hi, good morning. Whoa. Hi, welcome to Circus Fit Workout. We can start with just like a 1 minute personal inventory, and I'll lead us through that a bit. So stand up, or actually this is personal inventory, so stand up or lay down or sit down and start to just feel your body. If you're laying down, you can close your eyes. If you're standing up, you might want to keep them open. And just start to wiggle and writhe in a way where you're exploring your body, right? Check in with yourself. Like for me, I always feel a little bit more tension down here in my lower back. So I always tend to like give it a little attention in the morning. How is that today? Oh, it's actually pretty good. Feels pretty good. Okay, good. That question is answered. All right, how's my shoulders? Looking for the places that might feel a little bit funky or the places that might not. Check in with your fingers and your toes. For a moment here, check in with your breath and see if your breath can go deep or if today it's feeling harder to breathe deep. So everybody take your hands on your ribs wherever you're at and take a deep breath into your ribs. Try to expand the rib cage as you inhale. And exhale, totally release it all out. And do that again. Put your hands on another spot of your ribs, maybe the back of your ribs or the sides. Inhale, fill your ribs up. And exhale, totally let those ribs release. And now do the same thing with your lower belly. Do a little diaphragmatic breathing. Put your hands on your lower belly, or maybe one hand on the front, one hand in the back. Breathe in and fill your ribs, and then fill your belly. The whole thing, and then exhale, let it all go, and pull the belly button in towards the spine. Do that one more time. Breathe in, first fill the ribs, then fill the belly, or maybe first fill the belly, then fill the ribs. Whatever feels good for you. And then exhale, pull the belly in towards the spine, and exhale everything out. Yeah, how does that feel? Great. And now take another 10 to 15 seconds doing a little more personal inventory. Somebody liked that one. And feel, what is your inner thigh saying to you? Maybe you want to take a little squat or a little stretch forward. How are your hamstrings feeling? Are they really tight? Are they sore from the stuff you did the other day? Or are they feeling really open? Right? Taking inventory. And now we're going to stand up and move. All right, here we go. Stand up. Just start to take a little granny jog, rolling through your feet, and as you push off your feet, point your toe. So roll through your feet and point your toe like a little ballet jog. Shake out your hands and your wrists. A little ballet jog. Pull your belly button into your spine. Now, right here, tuck your pelvis and kick your butt. Kick your heels to your butt. Bring your knees down, straight down towards the floor, belly button in. Kick your heels to your butt. Good. Now just march it up, lifting your knee up towards your belly. Each time you lift your knee, pull your belly button back like you have a marionette string, pulling it back as your knee lifts. And that's what lifts your knee. Good. Keep going like that, or take it to a little jog. Midline connection. Point your toes as you lift your foot. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your heel forward. One heel forward, then the other. And then take that into the twist. And take it into a little jump if you want. So you can just twist, or you can jump. Take your arms out to the side, bend your elbows, and jab with your elbow softly behind you. So you're getting a little twist. So if you're not, you can do this just like this, or you can take a little jump. Press down with your arms. Now bring your arms up and take a little samba. Okay, take a little jog in place, a little fast feet for 20 seconds. Warming it up. For 10, 9, 8, 7, little booty shot. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a little crazy music for the first thing in the morning. Take your feet nice and wide, toes forward, and big side stretches. Big sweeping stretches. Use your core to get longer through the middle of the body, longer through the legs, longer through the arms. Twist it out, bend one knee and then the other, slice through the air. Find that diagonal line. Bend one knee and then shift your weight to that leg, straighten your knee and point the other toe. So really shifting the weight. Now take your hips nice and square and twist, poking at something far away from you. So we're actively twisting from the waistline. The hips are squared forward. Knees are bent. Legs are strong and rooted. Same thing, but gently open the front of the shoulder. Gently open the front into the pecs. Pec, 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 pec. All right, take the feet under the hips, swim forward, letting the ribs lift, letting the ribs move so elbows are straight. We're moving through mobility here, through range of motion. So really slicing through the air, letting your ribs move. And now keep your ribs totally solid and just move your arms. Now go backwards, move your ribs, lifting your ribs like you're caught between two walls on either side. And you have to stay between the lines. Play with internal, external rotation of the shoulders. And now keep the ribs really, really solid and just move the shoulders. Take the arms out to the side, internal and external rotation with the shoulders for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms up. Now we're going to take the arms in circles forward, bend the knees as the hands pass down, and straighten the knees as the arms pass up. Pull the belly in, bend and straight. Keep the knees reaching in towards the legs reaching in towards the midline, knees straight up over the toes. And if you want to take more, you can bend and lift your heels and take a little hover at the top, or you can even take some jumps. Okay, take it back. And now we're taking the arms back in the circle, same thing. Lift the chest, but don't lift the ribs. Keep that hollow body, right? Hollow body all the way. We're not arching here. And if you want, you can take some lifts of the heels. And if you want, you can take some jumps. Three, 2, 1. Bring it up and find a balance. Lift the heels. Inner thighs reaching towards the midline, belly button in, ribs in and down, arms lift up, up, up. Lift the heels, ankles towards each other, booty forward, making a little tuck, opening the fronts of the hips, and bring it down. Take your arms up and over your head, hold your elbows, feet hip width apart still, and take a little side stretch. Up and over. Try not to arch or round. Again, like you have a wall in front and a wall behind you and you can't touch either one. And take it into a little arch, lift the chest. Inhale here. And then exhale, take a forward fold. Bend and straighten the knees a few times. So coming in just to a tuck and then a pike forward fold. Your feet can be together or they can be hip width apart. Lift those heels if you want to stretch your toes out. Keep the heels down if you want to stretch your Achilles out. Come into a squat. Hold that. Lift your heels all the way and reach your ankles in towards the midline. Straighten your spine and reach forward and try to balance here. You can try also to lift your arms up. Your heels are lifted high. Your knees are lifted high. Your belly button's in. Everything's lifting against gravity. Now bring your arms forward, round your spine, and sit on back. Take some rock and rolls. back and forward with a nice rounded spine. Try to find a little hover here. So sitting up, hovering up onto your sitting bones, and sitting back, hovering onto your upper back, not your neck. So sitting bones, upper back, really rounding. So take your hands underneath and karate. Actually, instead of karate chopping, grab one wrist under your knees here, and then round your upper spine. So you have to use a lot of core intelligence here to do this, so that you're letting your shoulder blades kind of come apart and rounding that upper spine. And you can play with your neck. It should feel really good. Don't like crunch your shoulder blades in some kind of weird way. Look for a position that feels really good, rounding. And then take your hands onto your knees and take a little arch of the upper spine and release the neck. And now find that again, rounding and up. And see if you can find a little hover on that upper back round. Upper back hover and lift. Lay onto your back, hands behind the head, bicycle twists. Finding that midline, right? If you know me, you know we don't do arbitrary bicycle twists. Our straight knee is straight all the way. Our bent knee is bent in, toes pointed, toe touching the inside of the straight knee. Elbows to the outside of the opposite knee. Shoulder blades try to stay lifted off. Take more, lift the belly, lift the hips and twist to the middle. Lift the hips and twist. Keep breathing. Hips lift and twist. If you want more, lift those hips and twist each time. Don't forget your legs. If your feet are floppy here, relaxed, change it. Make pointed feet. The straight knee straightens all the way. Find your connection to the midline. Let's do 3 more each side. We're still going here. Try to keep those shoulder blades lifted off the floor the whole time. Last one. And then we're going to come to one side. Let's bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Right shoulder blade lifts off. Now find those legs. Engage those legs. Right shoulder blade lifts off for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Left shoulder blade. Now find those legs. Connect the toe to the inside of the right knee. Here we go. Lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to the middle and do 10 more bicycle twists a little bit faster. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lay onto your back, knees together, arms and robot arms here. Point the toes, heels towards the butt, knees squeeze into the midline, and lift the knees as close to the chest as you can without lifting your booty. So your back is flat here, your back is neutral. And then from here, push into your elbows and just round your lower spine, lifting your booty and bringing it back down. The legs don't change at all. The legs don't kick. The legs don't open. So heels to the butt, point the toes, knees together, and just little lift and down. The only thing that moves here is the booty lifts and the booty lowers. The legs don't change, right? The legs are holding stable, holding stable. This is hard, and if you don't have a lot of mobility in your lower back, then your butt's not gonna lift much or at all. That's okay. It's mobility, no problem here. Just lift as much as you can and lower down with control. Remember, your pretty little ladybug is hanging out under your sacrum, and you just want to give her a little loving pat and not kill her. Here we go. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rock and roll forward and back. Reaching your arms forward, taking your butt off the floor, forward and back, reach forward, or come into a froggy, opening your legs, reaching your arms between your legs, and start to bring it up to standing if you can. We're going to do 10 of these. That was 1. 2, if you want to jump at the top, you can. You can also just keep rolling. 3, 4. You might be going slower or faster than me. That's okay. 5, 6, 7. Stand up all the way. Push your hips forward. Tuck your pelvis. 2 more, here we go. 9, 10. Okay, come to hands and knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And just take your weight up and over your hands. Press into the balls of your fingers. So the metacarpals of your fingers, where your fingers meet your hand. Press down there. Press, 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 press. Now bring your elbows out and in. Out and in. Out and in. Bring your elbows in, that's external rotation, in towards each other. And shift your weight forward. Tuck your toes and come into a plank. Here, round your shoulders and flatten 10 times. Round and flat. Round and flat. Just the upper back and shoulders. Hips stay even. Weight stays pushing into those knuckles of the fingers, especially the first finger. For 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees down. Press back into a rounded, whatever this is, like a rounded cat. So my hips are up, my belly's pulling and my belly's working a lot to round my spine, and my shoulders are pushing up towards my ears. My upper arms are behind my ears, so I'm round, 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 round here. Now come forward onto your belly and take your hands next to your shoulders. Push your pubic bone into the floor, belly button off the floor, and lift up to the bra line for 5, 4, 3, butts engaged, 2, 1. Lift it up, roll the shoulders back. See if you can take the weight out of your hands. Make sure your neck's not tight. Check in with your butt. Did your butt release? Squeeze your butt to push your pubic bone into the floor. Now hold it up here. You can use your hands to help you. Lift one leg and then the other. Straight knee behind you, toes are pointed. Push the pubic bone into the floor. Squeeze the butt, pull the belly button towards the spine. One leg and then the other. Now both legs at the same time for 5, 4, 3. Use your butt. 2, 1. Lift and hold. Reach your arms back. Shake your head for 5, 4, 3. Lift up a little higher. 2, 1. Take it on back. Bring your knees together and bring your hips to the right and to the left. So you can get a little bit of a spinal twist here and a little bit of a hip stretch. Tuck your toes, push back to downward facing dog. Now press your armpits nice and long, so reaching your chest back towards your feet, and lift your sitting bones off the floor, bend your knees, lift your sitting bones higher, and then straighten back your knees again. Elbows are straight, palms are flat, and then push your shoulders up and down. So shrugging your shoulders just through the mid-range. You don't have to crank them past where they go naturally. In fact, don't crank them. Now shift your weight forward into plank pose. Knees can be up or down, 10 push-ups, chaturanga. Elbows into the midline. 1, you got this. 2, you got it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lifting it on up. Push back to downward facing dog. Try to open those shoulders. Press the elbows in towards each other. Lift the sitting bones. Right leg lifts up. Nice and parallel. Drop the hip down. Flex the foot. Bring the knee into the nose. Plank for 1. Lift it on back. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the knee into the nose. 2. Lift it on back. Inhale. Exhale, bring the knee into the nose. 3, hold it there. Squeeze the knee into the chest. Round your spine. Now keep the knee squeezed into the chest. Flatten your spine out and bring your head further in front of you. Kick it on back to a 3-legged dog. And then step that right foot forward between your hands. Take your fingers, lift your up onto your fingers and do cat-cow lunges. Inhale forward, exhale back 3 times. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Drop the back knee down, lift up, and take a low lunge, reaching the arms up. Hands come down, tuck the back toes, come up into a runner's lunge. Lengthen the back leg, push into both feet, and come on up. All right, hands to the hips, bend the back knee a few times. Bend and straighten. Solid, strong legs. Now interlace your fingers behind your back, flip your hands back, take your weight halfway forward diagonally, and shift your weight into your front leg and then into your back leg. So you keep this shape, you're just moving using your back ankle to shift you forward and back. Open your shoulders, reach your hands back, 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 forward and back. One more time, forward. Now hold it there, point your toes, reach your weight forward, 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 and then bring it back, bring the arms up and over the head. Hold it here. Hands come down, straighten, shorten your stance and straighten your front knee as much as you can, and take your hips, play around a little bit with these guys. And then find a squared moment where you take 3 breaths into your right hamstring. So 1, sitting that right hamstring, sitting bone back. 2, 3. Place your hand wide on the floor, step back into a plank, and do 10 wide arm push-ups. Here we go. For 10. 9, bringing your chest towards the ground, not your nose. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees down, sit back onto your heels. Take a sexy yoga moment, move it around. Move your shoulders around. Ooh, baby. And go the other way. Yes. Now bring your hands back behind you for a moment here. Pelvic thrust. So you're going to squeeze your butt to tuck your pelvis. And that's it. Just your butt and your pelvis. And when you do that, you should feel a stretch through your quads, right? Just your butt and your pelvis. Now squeeze your knees towards each other as you do it. We're going to do 10 more of those. For 10. 9. Squeeze your butt. 8. Push your hips forward. Tuck your pelvis. 7. 6. Knees towards the midline. 5. Knees towards each other. 4. Squeeze your butt. 3. 2. 1. Come forward into downward facing dog. Left leg kicks up. Square it off. Toes towards the floor. Drop that hip. Inhale here. Exhale to lunge, knee to your nose. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Hold it here. Round your spine. Bring your knee closer to your chest for 3, 2, 1. Now flatten your spine. Bring your knee close to your chest for 5, 4, 3. Weight forward. 2, 1. Push it back. 3-legged dog. And step that leg forward into a lunge. Come up onto your fingertips. 3 cat-cow lunges. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Come to a low lunge. Drop the back knee down. Lift those arms up for a moment. Opening through that whole right side of the body. Hands come down. Tuck the back toes. Lift the knee. Come into a runner's lunge. So strong back knee. Hands to the hips. If you want, you can bring your hands somewhere else. I don't care. Bend and straighten that back knee a few times, just like we did on the other side. Square it off. Now interlace your fingers behind your back the opposite way you did before. Spin your palms back. Come diagonal from the back heel to the top of the head, and using your back ankle to push your weight forward and back, trying to, as if you're going to touch the top of the head, your head to the wall behind, in front of you. Pushing it back and forward. Pull your belly in. Use those strong legs. 1 more. Now come forward and hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it on back. Lift it on up. Hands come down. And then shorten your stance a little bit and play with that left hamstring. So you can move your hips around if that feels good. Woo! And then find the spot that feels the yummiest for a stretch for your left hamstring. Square off those hips as much as you can for 3 breaths. 2 more. Deep breaths, you guys. One more. It will calm your nervous system too. Great. So let's walk it into a wide horse squat and hang out here for a moment, reaching the knees out to the sides. And actually, let's come up with our hands onto our legs, opening up in the groin a little bit here. Bring our arms out and take a little pulses up and down, up and down. Reaching the knees out, so we're externally rotating from the hips. The pubic bone reaches forward, the knees reach back. The back is flat, like you're sliding up and down on a wall behind you with your back. As much as you can, just pulses. Let's take the right heel and pop it, and down, and the left heel and pop it, and down. Right heel, pop it, and down, and a left, and down, and right. Keep externally rotating, and left, and down, and right, and down, and left, and down, and right, and down, and left. 5 more each side. Here we go. And right, down, left. 4 more each side. And a right, down, and a left. 3 more, and right, and left. 2 more, right, and left. Last one, right, and left. Hands down. Push it out, stretch it out, and reach the toes forward. Straighten your knees, reach your toes forward, and come into a wide leg forward fold. Move the hips side to side. Move through the spine. For me, anytime I'm doing a forward fold, I want to think about allowing more freedom in my spine. I invite you to do the same. All right, come into a plank position. Shift your weight onto your left hand and stack your feet. So you're coming into a left side side plank, right? You can always go onto your elbow here, and you can always walk your top foot before, in front or behind. We're gonna do 10 dips here. So hip comes down and up. 10, 9, 8. Upper arm reaches up, right arm reaches up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now lift and hold. Think of using your whole chest, your whole upper body, your whole middle, everything to lift you up here. So lift out of that left arm. Lift up high. That right arm can reach up higher, 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 higher. Now step that right top leg in front a little bit, in front of you, and see if you can open very so slightly your left shoulder, opening into the pec and opening slightly with a little arch up. Push into your legs and lift your hips. Take that right hand up and over and come through a downward facing dog. Even it out. And then come to the other side. So we're gonna come in back into plank and go into the right side plank. Here we go. Right arm down, left hand up. Find your stability, find your line, and dips. Right hip down and up, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, elbow can be down of course, 7, 8, spread the fingers if your hands are down, 9, and 10. Lift it up and hold and reach the whole body. Everything's lifting out of gravity to support that right arm, right? Everything lifts, everything lifts. Pull the belly in. Now step that top left leg forward, and now just a little bit open into a little bit of an arch. Press into that front foot a little bit and find an opening through the rib cage. Now take that upper arm up and over, round your spine, and come into a downward facing dog. Woo! While we're here, actually let's take the knees down for a second. Shake it out and take 10 more of those pelvic thrusts. So this time, if you have a block, squeeze it between your knees, or imagine that you have a block. So right there between your knees, not between your thighs, right between your knees, okay? 10 pelvic thrusts. So squeeze the butt, thrust, just the thrust. We're not going up into a camel here. 2, just the butt. 3, squeeze the block. 4, 5, squeeze the block and thrust. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come forward, lay onto your belly, bring your knees together. You can come up into a little cobra or you can lay onto your belly, doesn't matter. The lower body is what we're working with. Squeeze your legs together, point your toes, straighten your knees, push your pubic bone into the floor, engage your butt, belly button in, bend your left knee, heel all the way to your butt, point your toe, squeeze your knees together, keep your knee bent, the back knee bent, the other leg knee straight, and just lift the knee for 10, 9, 8. Pull the belly in, you're not using your back, using your butt. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and change to the other side. So re-engage the butt, pelvic thrust, pull the belly in, straighten both knees, bend the right knee, knees stay together, push the pubic bone into the floor and engage, and lift the right knee for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on back up to your knees. Now we're going to take those camel thrusts one more time, and this time if you want, you can open through the whole body. So starting with that pelvic thrust and then lifting the knees more, you can stay here or you can open the shoulders and lift the whole body up for 10, 9, pull the belly in, 8, squeeze the knees towards the midline, 7, don't crank into your lower back, lift the chest and open the shoulders, 6, use your butt more, 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze the knees towards each other, and 1, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming on down, baby. Okay, we're gonna stand up, take a quick sip of water. Hi guys. We're gonna do some kicks. So, starting with the left leg forward, the right leg back, arms out to the side. We're gonna kick forward with the right leg, flex your foot and keep it square for 10. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, knee straight, flex foot, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Standing on the right leg, left leg back, arms out, press down on the air for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now changing to the other side again, stand on the left leg, turn it out slightly, so we're externally rotated from the hip. Stand and bring the right leg behind you. We're going to kick out to the side, keeping the hip down. So not this. We're turning out like a straddle pancake and kicking the leg out to the side. It's probably going to go a little more in front of you. Here we go. Flex the foot for 10, 9, straighten the knee, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep the hip down, 3, 2, 1. Other side, stand on the right foot, turn it out slightly, arms out, left leg back, and kick for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. We're going to start without the wall, kicking to the back. So we're going to do acrobatics kicks, which means we're not trying to get our leg as high up as we can and arch our back. We're trying to reach forward at the same rate that we're kicking back with the leg. Okay, so we're going to do alternating and bring our legs together each time. So starting with your feet together and your knees bent, you're going to kick your right leg back and your arms forward at the same time. 1. Now left leg. 1. Here we go. Right leg. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Alrighty, coming back to some fan kicks from inside to out. So standing on the left leg, the arms out to the side, the right leg is going to circle in, so it crosses over, up and out to the side, okay? And we're going to do this alternating right and left. Arms out. You can slap your hand with your foot if you want, Kung Fu style. Here we go. 1, flex your foot. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. This is core body. 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Okay, shake it out. We're going to go the other way. So this time, the leg lifts out to the side, up, and then crosses over and comes back down again. Okay, so 10 on each side, starting with the right leg, outside to in. Here we go. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, all the way around. 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Woo! Shake it out. One last thing. Come over to a wall. Use the wall to put your hands on. And we're going to use a little bit of counterbalance now, kicking back. We still want to keep the hips as square as we can. We can externally rotate the leg a little bit if we want. This time we're going to point the toes. And as we kick back, we want to lift the chest, but still keep that bungee cord connection between the hips and the ribs. So take a moment here and take your bungee cord, your hips to your ribs, lift and contract and pull it in. Lift and contract and pull it in. One more time, lift and contract and pull it in. Now hold that contraction like a hollow body. Your ribs are lifting, your ribs are coming down towards your hips are coming up towards your chest. And from here, with that contraction, let yourself do a little lift of the chest, but keep that contraction there. So the contraction just allows for a little bit of an extension there, okay? So as we kick back, we want to think about that little bit of lift, but still keep that connection through the middle, and so that we don't crank into our lower back too. Okay, right leg kicks forward, standing on the left leg. The hands are on the wall, kicking back for 10. Lift the chest. 9, 8, knees straight. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side, standing on the right, point the left toes forward, kick for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Woo woo. Get a quick sip of water. Grab your yoga ball if you have one. We're going to do a little series with the yoga ball. And then we're going to go into some more conditioning. So first we're going to do those tuck-ins. If you don't have a yoga ball, you know you can do lots of different things. You can do some mountain climbers. Here, I'll show you really quick. You can do some mountain climbers. You can do some more push-ups. You can do some donkey jumps or donkey kicks. You can go from downward dog and round your spine and walk your feet into your hands and hold for a count of 5 and then come back. There's all kinds of things you can do there. You can do a handstand. But for those of you who have the ball, we're going to put the ball under our lower legs, almost all the way up to our knee, come into a plank. And we're going to do 5 tucks and 5 pikes, keeping the shoulders over the hands. Here we go. Tuck it in. Knees together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that's hard enough, do 5 more of those. If you want more, push it up into a pike for 5. 4. Whoops. 3. 2. And 1. Come on down. Sit onto your booty. Take a little stretch into your butterfly for a moment. And then we're going to do some ball hammies, which again work our core body in a more of a pencil position and are really good for handstands and all kinds of things in the air as well. Stability in the air as well. So lay onto your back. Bring your feet up on the ball. Again, bring your calves up on the ball to start. Lay onto your back. Squeeze your legs together and robot your arms. Squeeze your butt and peel your butt off the floor. Keep your legs squeezing together. Ankles are together. Now lift your butt off. Squeeze your legs. Knees are straight all the way together. If your legs are not together, you're cheating and it's not doing you any good. Push your butt up. Push your butt up. Don't arch your ribs. Keep those ribs in. Just push your butt up. Squeeze your legs together. If you want more, bring your arms up to the sky and balance here for 30 seconds. Point your toes, ankles together. So it's the booty that's pushing the hips up. Ribs are tucked in. 20 more seconds. You got it, you got it. Push those hips up. Engage the booty again. Right here in front of the hips is where it's lifting up. Squeeze the legs together. 10 more seconds. Lift it up, ribs in, push into the ball, lift the hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Sit on up. Bring the ball behind you. Lay onto it. So your pelvis is on the ball. You could also just do this on the floor. And bring your feet hip width apart, hands behind the head. You're just gonna arch your ribs and round it up. So this is stability, right? If you're having trouble stabilizing, widen your legs a little bit. For if you want it to be harder, bring your feet in narrow. So my pelvis is kind of just coming off the edge. And so I'm arching and hollowing. Arching and hollowing. We're gonna do 10 of these. That was 2. 3. If you're just on the floor, you can just be doing crunches here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe the hardest part is not falling off the ball. 9, 10. Hold it here. Bring the hands behind you. And walk yourself back a little bit, and then just bring your right leg, point your toe, your left foot is still bent, your left leg is still bent, and just lift 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, straighten your knee, 3, 2, 1, and bend that knee down, lift the left leg up, sorry, started at the knee height, and here we go, kicking for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. We got one more thing here with the ball. With the ball. You still with me? Now we're going to take our feet up onto the ball, or our lower legs up onto the ball. And this time we're going to have our arms out. So fingers pointing back and kind of wide arms. And we're just going to hold for 30 seconds up here. So the less of your leg that's on the ball, the harder it's going to be. Toes pointed, legs together. Now lift it on up and just hold it here for 30 seconds. Here we go. Legs are together. Try and find a plank here. Shoulders are neutral. Open through the front. Try not to arch your body, using the legs to push your legs, to push your hips up. Ankles towards each other. Knees are straight. 20 more seconds here. Really finding this kind of planche position. Straighten your knees all the way. Push your ankles towards each other. Push your hips up. Use your booty. Ribs come in. Push into your arms. Don't collapse. 10 more seconds. Squeeze the ankles together. Point the toes. Reach the knees straight. Legs squeeze together. Push the hips up. ribs in, and lift everything for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it on down. Ooh, ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, ooh, baby, baby. Since we're here on the floor, let's do 20 V-ups. Here we go. So we're gonna go starting in hollow body. You can use your hands to help you. We're gonna do 10 tuck and 10 pike, or 20 tuck. Here we go. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going, or arms over the head and pike it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's keep going with 10 alternate leg V-ups. So laying all the way down, sitting on up, crossing it over, right arm to left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost done. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woot woot. All right, moving on. If you have a pull-up bar, we're gonna do shrugs. And if you don't have a pull-up bar, I just want you to do some on the floor inversions. So you can lay on the floor with your elbows down to the floor, your hands under, or you can hold on to your couch, and you're just gonna do tuck up. So straighten your legs, lift, and bring your knees to your nose. 10 to 20 times. And if you have your pull-up bar, you're gonna do my series. 10 with your heels to your butt, 10 with your knees up, and then 10 hips forward, one hip forward and the other hip forward. Okay? Here we go. Heels to the butt. Here we go for 10, 9, 8, squeeze the knees together, heels to the butt, tuck the pelvis, ribs in, 4, 3, 2, 1, knees to the chest. Now shrugs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, mid-range, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, straighten into a hollow body, bring one hip forward, the other hip forward, 2, 3, shoulders are stable, 4, 5, 6, externally rotate the arms, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, take a little break, and then we'll do our 7s, okay? So remember, the 7 is a hollow body. In fact, let's do it first on the floor, just to get that training in, right? The training isn't just doing it, the training is learning it. So your body learns it. So sometimes doing the hardest version only is not really gonna train much. So come into the hollow body hold, arms over the head, and then push the ribs into the floor and push the arms like a 7, diagonally forward. Reach arms up and forward for 1, 2, ribs in, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Do that again, or bring it up to your bar. So remember, we're just moving the arms down a little bit and pulling the ribs back as we do it. Shoulders stay stable. Okay, hollow body, and go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You did it. I hope you did it. Did you do it? Whoop, whoop. All right, do a little happy dance. Those shoulders just worked really hard. Happy dance, happy dance. Dance it out. Let's do some spider lunges. So coming into your spider lunge, position. We're gonna do spider and low lunge switches. So I'm on my right side, I'm gonna move to my other side. I'm gonna start with flexed feet. So I'm getting a little deeper into my groin right now, getting a little bit more stretchier and longer. And now going to my left leg, I'm gonna lift up and over into a lunge and back. And do that a couple times. Up and over and back. And go to the right, same thing. Up and over into a lunge and back and lunge and back. And now point your toe, your straight leg toe. Come on up and over, point that toe, and now lift up and over your pointed toe and back. Switch to the other side. Point the toe, lift up and over and back. Your straight knee stays really straight and strong. Point, lift up and over and back. Other side, point, lift up and over and back. One more time each side. Point, lift up and over and back. Last time, point, lift up and over and back. Yeah. Make your way back up to standing. We'll come and do one set of pull-ups. I'm excited about that. I can't even tell you how excited I am about doing pull-ups. Are you excited? So remember, if you don't have a pull-up bar, do some more Brazos T-Rex things on the floor, so laying on your back, and do some inversions, some straddle ups, or some tuck overs, or some pike overs. And if you do have a pull-up bar and you don't have a spotter or helper, hold your Brazos T-Rex, get a chair, hold your Brazos T-Rex, and do slow negatives 5 times. Slow negatives. If you pound into a slow negative, just work on holding Brazos T-Rex, okay? So we're gonna do our pull-ups. If you're working towards 10, you're gonna do as many as you can do from one set and take a 30-second break. Do as many as you can again, take no more than 30 seconds, and then as many as you can until you hit 10, or until you hit the limit that you're gonna do for that day. If you start to feel yourself doing weird tweaky things, stop and rest. It's not worth it. Okay, here we go. Let me see how many I got today. How many do you think I got today? I might got it, you guys. I might got it. Woo! Barely. So at the end there, I start to do CrossFit style pull-ups, and that's because I'm like pushing myself beyond what I can do with really good form pull-ups. And so the thing that I'm really paying attention to, and I'll just talk while you guys are finishing your set, is that I'm not over engaging or engaging my traps to start pulling up this way, up in here. So for me, I gave myself that little thrust on the last few, which I don't recommend, but sometimes when you're like you're almost there and you just gotta like make yourself cheat. You know, nobody's perfect. So we try not to. So my ribs kind of lifted a little to get me thrust in my legs, but I still made sure that I'm pulling with my lats and my pull muscles under my shoulder, and I'm not doing any kind of weird thing with my shoulders coming up. And that's and I'm also working on external rotation with the arms. Okay, so come on down. Let's do one more set of abs here. So let's just start on our back with our hands behind our head, or your hands on your knees if you need some help, and lift the shoulders and lift the butt 10 times. Here we go. Knees to forehead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6. Point the toes. Squeeze the heels to the butt. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Booty down. Feet straight up. Legs straight up towards the sky. Feet are flexed. You can't see my feet, but that's okay. Feet are flexed up. Now just lift the butt up and down 10 times. 10. Tiny little lifts. 9, 8, 7, 6. Imagine you have cups of water on your feet and you don't want to spill them. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift and point your toes. And now we're gonna do 10 more with the toes pointed. For 10, 9, imagine you're trying to lift and touch the same spot on the ceiling with your toes, with your big toes each time. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex your feet, reach your hands up and touch your toes 10 times. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up, reach the backs of your legs, lift your booty, lift your shoulders, point your toes, and hold for 10, 9, 8. You can use your hands for support. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Booty down, right leg comes in, left leg hovers. Lift your nose towards your knee, straight knees. So you might be here if you have tight hamstrings. Point the toes, straighten the knees. Lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs, pull it in. Hover the right leg over, straight knees, pointed toes. Lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head down, hands next to the hips or under the hips. 10 scissor kicks for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Active legs. 2, 1. Now lift. Bring your hands a little bit under your butt. Lift your legs up. Externally rotate your legs and cross your thighs. Bring your legs down, hover, cross your thighs, bring your legs up for 5 times. Down, cross, up, crossing at the inner thighs for 3, up, 4, up, last one, 5, up. Last thing here, 10 up and overs with the legs. So come to hollow body and up and over, touch your toes towards the floor behind you. That's 1. 2, 3, 4. Knees are straight, toes are pointed. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Everybody sit up. 10 leg ticklers. This is the last thing. So touch your toes, tickle your legs all the way until your lower back comes on the floor, and then tickle your legs back up again. Touch your toes and tickle, 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 tickle. Tickle, 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 tickle. That was 2. Let's do 10. 3, 4. Try to keep your legs on the floor, knees are straight. 5, 6, 7. This one sometimes takes off your pants. 8, 9, and 10. Whoop, whoop. Take a little butterfly stretch. And we're gonna do 2 more things. We're gonna do Brasso's T-Rex hold for 20 seconds. So that's the upper pull-up hold. Even if you do pull-ups, you guys, even if you ever already have a strong body, do this upper pull-up hold for a count of 20. And really work on extending your shoulders down and out, so opening up through your pecs and turning on the backs of your shoulders for stability. Holding Brasso's T-Rex for 20 seconds. You can play with what you're doing with your legs if you want, but always feeling about threading through the midline, all right? If you have a chair, you want to stand up on your chair to hold, to go into your upper pull-up, you can do that, or just do 1 pull-up to hold. Here we go. For 10, or for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Victory dance. Woo! Especially victory dance of the shoulders, finding mobility, juicing it up, telling those shoulders good job. Woo! Woo! Okay, get a quick sip and get a chair. We're gonna finish off our conditioning with dips. We're just gonna finish off with 20 dips, okay? Hands, fingers coming off of the edge. Push in the palm of your ham. Engage your ham. Engage your shoulders. Come back into a plank, hips up. So we worked on that plank a lot today. Don't arch your ribs and don't arch your back. Use your butt to push your hips up each time. Elbows reach towards each other as you bend your elbows. Sit your butt down and then plank it out. Hips down, hips up. Here we go. That was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. You did it. I hope you did it. I don't know. I don't know. Did you do it? Okay. Keep your chair here, and we're going to do a shoulder stretch. So let's do the yummy one at a time first. So take your right elbow and place it on your chair or on the floor if you don't have a chair. And palm up, elbow in. Bring your left. So my right arm is here. I'm trying to stretch the outer right armpit. The left hand can come here to help support, or I can even actually have my left hand on the floor. And now my hips go a little towards the left. And I'm trying to just like allow a yummy stretch of the outer right arm towards the floor and the armpit. And then I can roll a little bit, so squaring it off to get more into my lat and then more into my armpit. And let's go to the other side. Left elbow tucked under for that external rotation. And first I'm thinking about the outer arm, shoulder, reaching towards the floor. My hips are going a little towards the right. And then I can square it off a little, dropping my right shoulder down to square it down towards the floor to get a little more into my inner armpit, or the middle of my armpit, and into my lat. Then I can take it with both arms, tucking those elbows into the midline so the elbows are under, externally rotating. Drop my head down between my arms, and then I want to keep my spine nice and straight. Walk my knees back a little bit. And then here I can arch a little into my spine and round a little bit into my spine, the whole time keeping my shoulders, armpits reaching towards the floor. Hang out here a little while longer. Find the spot that feels really, really good for you. A little intense maybe, but good. Take one more deep breath. Oof. And then come on up. Come into another butterfly. Take your hands on your legs. Circle it out a little bit. Circle it out, thinking of the spine, where the spine meets the pelvis, stirring up the pot. And let's hold on to the ankles or the lower legs. Lift up nice and tall, arch your chest up towards the sky, inhale, and then exhale, flatten your spine all the way down, and then round it up, inhale. Exhale, reach your chest forward, spine long. Inhale, round it up. Exhale. Inhale, round it up. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale, round it up. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Straighten your legs out into a pike. Flex your feet. Same thing here. You can have your hands on your legs or wherever you want. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, reach forward and round. As you come up, inhale. Exhale, reach with a long spine, and at the bottom you can round as you roll up with an inhale. Exhale, reach long. Inhale, lift it on up, roll it up, 2 more like that. Exhale, reach long. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, reach long here. And now here, relax everything. So let your knees bend and let your legs kind of just flop and let your body flop down. And if you can't flop, sit your hips up on a block or 2 so you can flop. So if you're working here, you're not doing it right. So really everything flop. Sit up on a block if you need to and hold it and breathe here for 10 seconds. 10 seconds here. Bend your left knee in front and bring your right knee behind so you're going to come into a pigeon. Prop your hands up onto your legs. Push that right hip down so your back knee is straight down towards the floor. Square it off. Inhale, lift your spine. And exhale, coming forward. Rounding up with an inhale. Flex your left foot. Exhale, forward. Inhaling it up. Exhale, forward. Last 2. Exhale, forward. Lift it on up. Exhale, forward. And come into that pigeon for 20 seconds. Take deep breaths here. Try to relish every moment. Relish every moment that you have here. Sit on up, swing that right leg around to the front and bring your left leg back into a pigeon on the other side. Prop it up, bring your left knee straight down towards the floor. Square it off your hips. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward. Use your hands to help you. Inhale, lift. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. And relish every moment of this luxurious pigeon. Deep breaths. Feel your body alive. Sit onto your right butt and swing that left leg around. This would be a great time for you to move into my straddle video, starting from the pigeon, just from past the pigeon on and into your straddles. And for now, let's finish with this foam roller or rolled up towel or yoga mat or whatever that you have under your chest, under your back, upper back, whatever feels good. Bring a nice block under your head so you're not overarching, and hang out here. Even if you're going to do your straddle, hang out here for at least 30 seconds and really just let your ribs open. So we do so much to close into our ribs and to strengthen there. And even just take your hands onto your ribs here and massage yourself, right? We're deprived of touch during this time, a lot of us. And allow yourself to just kind of massage into your ribs and all of those muscles, those intercostals and all those supporting muscles that just work so hard, and into your chest, into the lung points, under your clavicle. Take a few deep breaths. and send out some gratitude right now for the good things that you have in your life. The gratitude for having a healthy body, for having food to eat, for having all of the gifts that you have of your home and your friends and your family, and how exciting it's going to be to able to go and hug our friends and family again. But right now we have ourselves in these quiet moments with ourselves and our own minds and our own bodies. And even though it's really hard sometimes, it's really a gift to be able to be with ourselves and have that as our practice. And I'm really grateful to have you all, and the more people that are contacting me and commenting that you're enjoying the classes, that really helps me to know that there's people out there that are benefiting from this. All right, have a wonderful day, and I hope that you get all of the rest and exercise and fresh air and delicious food that you need. Bye.